On behalf of His Excellency Paul Kagame, President of the Republic of Rwanda, I warmly welcome you to the first ever Nuclear Energy Innovation Summit for Africa, NEISA 2025. Let me begin by thanking all our partners. This important summit would not have been possible without your shared commitment to Africa's energy transformation. For anyone familiar with Africa's energy landscape and its related challenges, it is easier to understand the relevance of this summit. The future of the Africa energy landscape will continue to be driven by increasing energy demand and increasing population growth. According to some statistics, in not more than 40 years from today, Africa's population could exceed 3 billion people. Therefore, the continent will be potentially the largest energy market globally, driven mostly by industrialization, use of artificial intelligence, and urbanization, all necessary to achieve the continental development aspirations. At the same time, as we gather here today, there are more than 600 million Africans who do not have access to electricity. They rely on biomass and other non-nuclear energy sources to meet their basic energy needs. This situation results in increased pressure on available forest resources. It further puts at risk natural ecosystems that are already suffering from negative impacts of climate change. While Africa has significant solar, wind, and hydropower resources that can potentially meet the energy needs of all its population, these resources are not evenly distributed, which limits electricity access in many parts of the continent. This energy gap continues to hold back growth and development across the continent. To bridge this energy gap, now more than ever, our countries need to jointly work towards finding alternative solutions of energy production. And one of the best solutions for Africa to achieve its development agenda is to urgently adopt nuclear energy for power generation and other industrial applications. As we know, nuclear energy is categorized as a clean source of energy. Both the Paris Agreement and the COP29 have acknowledged its role in helping achieve global net zero carbon emissions, as will be discussed throughout this conference. And we should agree that investing in clean, reliable energy sources like nuclear is not just smart policy, it's a necessary step toward sustainable development. The use of nuclear energy will not only address the energy deficit, but also will potentially provide innovative solutions to advance other sectors, such as agriculture and healthcare, among others. Too often, when people hear the word nuclear, they think of harmful or dangerous use. But contrary to this perception, that's not our focus. This gathering is about nuclear energy for peace, innovation, and development. As you know, climate change is already harming the energy sources sources we have relied on for years. That makes it more urgent to find new, reliable ways to power our homes, communities, and economies. Take the example of Zambezi River. In 2024, its water levels dropped significantly, forcing the Kariba Dam, one of Africa's largest hydropower plants, to cut back electricity generation. This led to power shortage and exposed how climate change is putting even our most dependable energy infrastructure at risk. We believe that in this context, Africa must act and we must act together. As mentioned earlier, our continent is rich in energy resources. However, these are not equally spread and remain dependent on weather conditions. And that's why nuclear energy deserves our attention. It is clean, reliable, and does not depend on rain or sun. It provides consistent power day and night. Distinguished guests, here in Rwanda, our Vision 2050 aims at making us an upper middle-income country by 2035 and a high-income country by 2050. For the implementation of this national development agenda, known as the Rwanda Vision 2050, our country will need up to 5 gigawatts in electricity generation capacity. Our available internal energy sources can provide up to 1 gigawatt. Therefore, Rwanda has decided to use nuclear energy for power generation to avoid the imbalance in energy demand and supply. This will accelerate our economic transformation towards a knowledge-based economy. In this regard, we recognize the need for smaller and micro-nuclear power plants as pathway for smaller energy systems to afford nuclear energy in our national energy mix. In this context, Rwanda remains committed to fostering an open and supportive business environment, and we welcome partners from around the world to collaborate, localize their solutions, and scale impact not only in Rwanda, but across the continent. As I conclude, let me leave you with 3 messages to carry forward. First, in the African context, nuclear energy holds the potential to accelerate progress, strengthen essential services, and promote inclusive development across all communities during the energy transition. Second, Africa must lead this transition together through regional partnerships, innovation, and global cooperation. We can turn today's energy challenges into tomorrow's opportunities. Third, the time to act is now. Climate change is real, and our population is growing. We must diversify our energy mix, and nuclear is part of that solution. With these remarks, I now declare the 2025 Nuclear Energy Innovation Summit for Africa officially open. I wish you fruitful discussion.